The Packers got to get back up on that horse. They lost yesterday at home to the Saints. And look, nobody's going to be Aaron Rodgers. We get that. But Brett Hundley, his first start, it did not look good. He only had 87 yards passing, zippo touchdowns, did have a pick, did have 44 rushing yards, and he did rush one in for a score. Let's bring in our insider, Tim Van Vooren, in Milwaukee. And Tim, how are the fans feeling about Mike McCarthy after seeing what Brett Hundley did on Sunday?
I think fans are expecting and hopeful that Mike McCarthy and his veteran offensive coaching staff are going to be able to get the Packers back on the right road. Now, they had defensive problems against the Saints as well, so this is not just a one-sided, unbalanced situation. The Packers have some things to shore up right now. I do think they're still dealing with the body blow, really, of losing their best player, Aaron Rodgers. So they need to get things back together emotionally after the bye, and then they need to put things together. Mike McCarthy has made his bones in the NFL as a guy who can make quarterbacks better. There's no reason to think he can't do that with Brett Hundley. The game plan on Sunday was very conservative to avoid interceptions. As it turned out, too conservative. The Saints made the second half adjustments to key in on the running game where the Packers were having some success, and Green Bay didn't counter that. Green Bay has to run its offense differently the rest of the season. My expectation would be that this offensive coaching staff with Mike McCarthy at the top will find a way to do that.
Okay, Mike McCarthy was adamant last week who his quarterback's going to be now that Rodgers is gone. And it's going to be 7. And basically, he gave you almost that old Dick Vermeil speech. We're going to rally around Brett Hundley.
Yes.
But the numbers look Mitchell Trubisky-esque, where we're just not taking off the training wheels and not letting him cut it loose.
Yeah, and now the weather didn't do Brett Hundley any favors. You know, playing against a guy like Drew Brees standing on the other side of the field, that was a outcome that would side in Drew Brees' favor. But I need to see more. I need to see Brett, like you said, take the training wheels off of him. He's been a part of this organization, this offensive philosophy his entire career. Coach McCarthy has been known to be a pretty good quarterback coach. Let's see some type of growth. Get chemistry going because he has the pass catchers surrounding him. The offensive line, they've dealt with injuries, but they're starting to get healthy. As we see now, they got a pretty good stable of running backs in the backfield, so he has everything that you would want your young quarterback to have.
Weapons
you
on the
can't say
outside?
the same for other young quarterbacks like Trubisky.
There you go.
You can't say the same.
He's got weapons.
He
Aaron
has
Jones,
weapons.
Ty Montgomery back healthy this past week. He didn't get a whole lot of work, but you're right. When you got Jordy Nelson on the outside,
Cobb,
you got Cobb, you've got
Adams,
you've got
Bennett.
Those are big-time weapons
Yes.
that Brett Hundley has to utilize and the running game.
You know what? Having the bye week right now, this is an ideal time to have the bye week because clearly Brett is not where you think he needs to be. So you can have a week of quality prep. Green Bay on Green Bay, and then get ready for next week's upcoming ball game. So you basically have 2 weeks of preparation for your young quarterback.
This is an audition for Brett Hundley, and it might not even be in Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers, we all assume, coming back next year, right? So he needs to show something with the weapons that you just mentioned. If it's not just there to be the backup, maybe to go somewhere else.
Yeah, because they feel like even though they do not have Aaron Rodgers, they're not a Super Bowl-bounded team anymore, Super Bowl-bound team. But they still could be a playoff team or a team that could compete in their division with all the uncertainties going on in the NFC North. So they believe, you know what, we still have a shot. Because with Aaron Rodgers, I felt like it was Super Bowl or bust. Without Aaron Rodgers, potential playoff or bust. Potential.
Looks like a bust. I'll tell you one team not going to the playoffs, Cleveland Browns.